Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. And we are going to be talking about how the devil has returned to Hell's Kitchen, and there's only one man I need the job to rant, to share this. It's Andy from the Galactic Core podcast. How you going, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for inviting me on to chat Daredevil. Lovely to be on and not be chatting Star Wars for a change. I know I'm your Star Wars guy normally, but obviously I'm a Marvel guy as well, so absolutely thrilled. Everyone who knows me knows Daredevil, one of my favourite MCU shows, or Netflix shows as it was back then. I rate season 2 as one of the best sort of series of TV shows ever for me personally, so a joy to be here to chat and a joy to see Daredevil back.
It's a joy to see you back, my friend, because this would have to be your number 9th, I'm pretty sure, or 10th appearance on the podcast. And I think this episode does, I'll have to double check, but I think this one does make you surpass as the most recurring guest.
Well, you know, when you know quality, you've got to have quality on, isn't it, bro? So
damn straight, especially when they wear some really nice merch.
I know, I'm sort of mixing and matching because I got my own stuff on, and then I've got your stuff on, and then and if I haven't outright got the record today, I should have it by next month because I believe I'll be on to chat Andor as well. So
yes, and the gap will be a lot shorter because they're pumping out episodes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Which I'm very I know it's I like the week by week, but I'm like, no, I'm happy the fact that they're pumping out like three.
I don't know. It's kind of like ruined my podcasting schedule for like 2 months.
Oh, that's
because it was like 12 episodes long. We knew it was going to be 12 episodes. I anticipated, obviously, first week there'd be 2-episode drop. They seem to do that quite a lot now. Like maybe somewhere in the middle there might have been a 2-episode drop as well, and then it would have been like single week. So I was still anticipating like 10 weeks of Andor. So all of a sudden, before the middle of May, or by the middle of May, we're done. So May up to like the end of June, beginning of July, I've now got like 6 weeks of blank spaces to fill in before we have that epic month of July where we've got like Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, Superman, etc. So yeah, I've got some gaps to fill in thanks to them pumping out the episodes of Andor.
I know, and I remember, I totally forgot I did send that message, and you're like, yeah, it's cool, but it's shit. It stuffs everything up for the 12 weeks, which it's funny. It's mad to think about that we did have 12 weeks in a row of one episode of Andor, one episode of Andor, one episode of Andor.
Yeah, it's mental. And then I've had to look at my guest list as well and gone, I hope I didn't overbook now, and now I can't fit everyone in. And so it's just contact some of them who do a bit, who like me do like us do a bit of everything. Go, actually, do you fancy coming on for Daredevil, or because I've got some gaps there if you want to come on instead.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah, it's all fun and games, but stressful as well for us as podcasters that we've got to change stuff around.
I know, and to contest to that as well, I was looking at doing a review for the brand new Novocaine movie that's coming out, and for some strange reason, which is sometimes why I dislike about living in this country, is that I was getting a guest on. I was like, yeah, let's come on. It's gonna be the post is like it's coming out March 15th or something like that. I was like, cool, all right, done. And then I was like, something doesn't feel right. I was like, I'll just double check the Australian release date, April the 10th.
So it's completely changed around now.
Yeah, so I was like, oh well, you can either got two choices. You can either stay for Novocaine and wait another month, or we can talk Daredevil.
Yeah, fair.
Because which this is why we're here. This is why we're here. The devil has returned to Hell's Kitchen. And honestly, I just couldn't believe how long it's been since we've had Daredevil on our screens streaming as a proper TV show. When I started watching on Thursday, I was like, holy shit, it has been that long.
God, yeah, because I can't even remember when season 3 ended, to be fair.
season 3 ended. Where I just had it up in the back of my mind. The Netflix version was like 2000 and
It's
I
going to
want
be
to say 12.
2018, 2019. The original, like season 3 ended.
Yeah. So the original run for the show was from 2015 to 2018.
Oh, 18. Okay.
We got that. So nearly 8 years later.
It's like the snap happened in real life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And the Devil's back, and it's funny just looking back, and not only did it come back with vengeance, if you will, it came back in with a force in the first 15 minutes, which was like a kick in the fucking teeth.
Yeah, man. I sat here watching it because I happened to be, because obviously the time difference is all weird, so I don't know what time it dropped in Australia, but obviously it drops generally at like 9 o'clock Central Time on a Tuesday night in America, which is the equivalent of about 3 a.m. for us in the UK. I'm guessing obviously that's like maybe like lunchtime for you is when it like generally drops on like the Wednesday or something, or
well, originally it was meant to debut on the Thursday for us.
oh really?
Yeah, and then I saw the post saying now streaming, and I was like, oh, but you're right, it drops about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm at work, and I'm like,
yeah, I mean,
I really like to go home now.
I was tempted to be up in the middle of the night to watch it, but I was in London for a couple of days on the Tuesday and Wednesday when it dropped, so I had to wait till I got back into town, where I live, on the Wednesday evening, and then obviously had to like see the wife, the baby, have dinner and stuff, and then got to watch it after that. But I remember, yeah, we sat here in that first like 10-15 minutes. I don't remember being so stunned and like jaw dropped for a while. In terms of what happened in that opening 10-15 minutes, because obviously spoilers, we're just going to jump straight into it.
Spoilers, left, right, and center, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing we held back, just like what Daredevil did.
But oh my god, you completely rewrite the show. Obviously it was originally going to be like 18 episodes long. They were saying like half-hour episodes. Like after Kevin Feige came back in and they looked at the concept, they went, this is shocking, what are you doing? They completely like got rid of the writers and stuff, hired some new writers.
Complete creative overhaul.
Yep, we need all the original actors back, because they recast Vanessa, and then they got rid of her to like bring the original actress back to play Vanessa. Obviously, Karen and Foggy weren't going to be in it originally, and they brought them back. And obviously, they decided then that this was going to be a continuation of the Netflix series rather than a completely new thing for the MCU. And then
technically the original 3 seasons were in the MCU.
No, not originally. No,
sort of.
No. I mean, it was still like they talk about some of the events that happened, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
You can have that as like still an alternate universe where those events happened, because they just refer to like, they refer to the Battle of New York as the incident. They never refer to it by name. They don't ever call anyone by name. The closest they came is like they called the Hulk the big green guy.
Yeah, and the guy with the metal hammer.
Yeah, the only time they name dropped anything specific from the MCU was when they named the Raft prison, because when they said to Jessica Jones you could get sent to the Raft. And that's the only time they come. So it was always said it was like an alternate universe, but where some events had still happened. So they went back and went, no, it's all going to be a continuation of the story. We're bringing back the original characters. You give us that opening 15 minutes with Bullseye, Karen, Foggy, and Matt, and then you kill off Foggy after bringing him back in the first 10-15 minutes. My jaw, and then obviously we thought that the Bullseye was dead because Matt throws him off the roof, and that's a line that Matt doesn't cross.
I know.
So I was stunned for this first 15 minutes. Like, I just sat there when the credits rolled for the intro, and my jaw was like on the ground a little bit.
Same. I was just like, holy fuck. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, hello, we're back, and Foggy's dead.
It was just unreal, because like I'm sat here and obviously I know as much about what's going on as like my wife. In the first 30 seconds she asks a question and I pause it and I'm like, we're not talking right now. Can we just not do that? Because I don't know anything. I don't know any more than you. If you've got related questions, save until afterwards and you can put your hand up and ask me then.
Put your hand up. Put your hand up and ask.
So I'm like, we need to. So yeah, we were just in silence for like the first 15 minutes. So there was a lot to unpack, to be fair, in terms of if we're just talking about opening 15 minutes. So first of all, like, how did Bullseye even be out? Because at the end of season 3, in that season, he killed a lot of people.
Oh,
And obviously he was having surgery on his back after it got broken by Kingpin, and we saw him in that post-credit scene.
yeah.
And so it's like you'd assume that he would have been arrested. So if he escaped prison, obviously fair enough, but a little bit of context as to why he was out would have been a little bit nice. But obviously straight away, yeah, we're seeing the camaraderie and a little bit of nostalgia with Karen, Foggy, and Matt, sort of going back to Josie's bar as well, which was great. We see a great little sort of improvement on how they show Matt's echolocation, because it sort of like zooms in a bit as he's thinking, as he's trying to like zoom in, like hear something, and then it sort of panned out again and then zoomed into Foggy on the phone.
I loved that.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I was like, okay, that's cool. And I like they improved on that.
So good improvement there. And then we got him obviously suiting up into the Daredevil suit. I'm not gonna lie, the CGI of him like flying across the rooftops and running a bit was a little bit dodgy. It wasn't perfect. It did look a bit janky, a little bit out of place at times. So that wasn't perfect, but
No, but what was perfect was when he stopped and he was in front of the church and you saw the suit.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, hero shot. Like that is a poster shot right there. You can print that and that looks fantastic. That was, to me, that was like, we're back.
Yeah. And obviously the fight that ensues between Bullseye and Daredevil. The first part of it, again, I think the choreography was a little bit rough. You can obviously tell that they were like fake shots or fake punches, because you could almost see the gap between where the fist is being swung in the face and stuff like that. So that
was
wasn't
more when it got
necessarily
back in the
perfect.
stairs.
Yeah, so but obviously there was like an homage there to like the hallway shots from the previous series, of like where it was almost like one shot going through the bar, up the stairs to the rooftop. But then what they portrayed on the rooftop to me was almost perfect, and they had a fight. Obviously, Matt's listening out for Foggy's heartbeat, and he hears it stop, and he obviously loses it. And he asks Bullseye why, and Bullseye just laughs, sort of maniacally at him, which is perfect because Bullseye in the comics is a psychopath, so he has no answer for him. He just laughs in his face.
He kills if anyone doesn't know, he also kills Elektra straight up with her daggers.
And then just throws him off the roof. There was that moment when obviously he hits the ground like behind Karen, and Karen thinks that's Matt because she's freaking out. Obviously, Foggy's just died, and she's like, then she turns around and sees it's not Matt, and she has a little bit of relief.
Oh, it's just Bullseye.
But yeah, just absolute. And obviously, then we get that clip of like he takes his helmet off and drops it down over the edge, and it sort of goes down, and where the horn had been cut off, it just had the D symbol, which was just perfect, really. So mixed emotions in terms of the quality of the opening 15 minutes, but in terms of the storyline, unreal.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. It's interesting for me because I'm like, well, you know, people obviously, right? We know that Marvel right now is in this kind of weird flux where something's great, something's not bad, something's a bit shit, something's awesome, something is awful, you know. And given the past year, animation wise, X-Men 97, crisp. Agatha all along, say what you will, it was still decent, still different, still very creative. We say, Spider-Man, Friendly No Spider-Man, really good. I know it's not for everybody, but for comic book, stripping pages, iconic Spider-Man story, fantastic. And you know, we just got Captain America, which has had some mixed reviews, even from myself about it. And then you get this, that's just like, this is Marvel. This is what we want.
Yeah, it's interesting because I have seen quite a few mixed reviews for Daredevil, the first 2 episodes as well.
All right, let's take him out.
That's some people are like, this is everything I was afraid it was going to be, or just the fact that they just don't think it really hit. Some people saying that episode 1 just isn't where it should have been, but episode 2 brought it back. So yeah, it's interesting to see the mixed reviews. I thought that it kept when it's trying to carry over from how successful the Netflix show was to this, they've managed to keep that tone. I think they've managed to keep it in there, even though I think it was like one of the producers or the director came out and said, there's going to be a lot less talking like there was in the Netflix series. It's going to be more action based, but we still got a lot of talking in these first 2 episodes. The sit down between Matt and Kingpin was in the diner was great. I know we've seen clips of that through the trailers, but still.
Opposing sides where it's very calm, but very much to like what I think Kingpin said was, it's not entirely pleasant to see you. That whole sit down was so intense. It was almost like us, the audience, catching up with them as they were catching up with themselves.
Sorry, if you hear any noise in the background, I've got a baby.
That's all right. It's fine. That's all right. Not to mention we did get the reference to Echo too.
Yeah. Daredevil's kicked the crap out of Kingpin. And that's what I thought he was referring to, but I know a lot of people assume for some reason.
No, I was thinking Daredevil straight off the bat. I just like how he's like, didn't your daughter shoot you in the face? Oh, look at that. For who's watching, we've got the Galactic Tour Podcast Junior. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's so... Let's see how he's like, this tastes like shit. Like,
has he changed? Do he wanting to do what's best? Or is he there's just things that he's kind of still the same thing?
No, here's my theory, is that 3/4 way through the season, he does try to do the right thing, and then something happens. He actually is trying to do the right thing because he does love the city. He's trying to do decapitates him with the door.
Well, yeah, there was even a reference to that, wasn't there? And they're doing like the BB report, and then like I heard like shaved a guy's head in. Like, yeah, he did. He used the car door. He embarrassed me in front of Vanessa, and then just smashed his head.
Yeah, smashes his head in. And another thing, like spoiler do is like I do like how they also like Matt Doe's mentioned is like skinning it too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's totally interesting.
Slim down, but I really wasn't one of those people that was like, oh, he's not as big as he is in the comics.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we've got to believe it.
There was a promo which we do get conversation with, where he does say
I think that is going to be a big part of it, because we see him cross that line at the start, we throw him off that roof, and then it was almost shocking the fact that we went to this whole sort of like 1 year later. It almost felt like in Avengers Endgame, when they were like, you see the Hawkeye family at the beginning, then just goes to 5 years later. It almost felt like that, and the fact that like we just jumped forward. I can't believe it took a year to get to the centre.
That's American politics.
I thought they were that really mixed as well. I know there's going to be and obviously know that Pixar's and the reason he does that is because obviously Cherry comes up to the roof at the end of his fight with sees that it's not Murdoch. But surely, if you're going to hire a private investigator for your firm, who you're also going to use as a bit of muscle, you pick Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Yes.
So surely that was an opportunity. I hope you understand that, Steve. But surely, yeah, the guy was a well, that's expected.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you better see it.
Yeah. I always love her reaction.
Which film was it registered? Was it with Paul Purplish?
What, his suit?
Yeah.
No, it's the red. I don't think he's ever had a purplish suit.
No, but like it wasn't as the dark red like what we've seen in the show.
Maybe.
But yeah, you're right. Jessica Jones. Which he Matt started a new legal firm, which we knew he was going to. We're going to do some new people into this. He's still trying to help the little guy. We get our first look at White Tiger, which, as I said it, I also want to say RIP to the actor's wife that passed away before filming. So Michael and Brett were Bruce's family, which was nice enough to invite to the premiere. Oh yeah. Balin Skull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ricky. Perfect example of that. And we get to see his hard work come to fruition. But they did obviously put a little sort of memory up at the end of the episode.
They did. See, but the second episode they did.
Great to see this character. Now, I can't wait to see him in natural, because obviously the only clips we've got from fighting were obviously like footage. I can't wait to see
Yeah, we definitely are. Which is interesting to see also see how corrupt the kids are. And it's probably the correct term, but sons of Punisher.
I mean, Frank's not going to like that. Only in real life.
Fear. Like
I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think.
symbolize it. Symbolize.
No, like inspiration.
Yeah.
Because like you see some real like cops having the Punisher logo on their car and stuff like that. But you know, Frank Carson's not like cops for most years. Punisher logo.
No, he's not. And that could be another reason why he actually Matt can go see him too. Like, do you know about this? Because I'm pretty sure those cops are dead that Matt first at the end of the second episode too.
Well, it's going to be interesting if they are, because that's the line of the cops. We always see them trying to get balls on I think we should go back to that thing, because that was a great scene. Again, but I think what's what is interesting is how, I mean, let's just say, well, for a blind guy, Matt Murdock gets around in terms of we've got another new love interest in this episode. So he's got with, what was it, Karen, Elektra, She-Hulk, and now he's going to be getting with this last because we saw something in the trailer.
Yes, it is. And I know, for a guy that's blind, gets beat up a lot, he's basically the Tony Stark.
I mean, I know that, like, some people it's not exactly a bad so, the fact that he can but I do like how he said interesting they set her up as a therapist because
a therapist that's dealing with the wedding, the marriage of Vanessa.
Not only that, but I think her book, there was the title of a book in the episode, I can't remember the off the top of my head, but it was a play on like the man played Fear. There was something about having no fear, the title of her book, and obviously that's a play to with in the comics they got together as well, so putting everyone on screen he got together with. So.
Oh my god! so many options.
I mean, he gets with a lot of people in the comics. He's got with Black Widow and a few others as well. So, but I think what's interesting is obviously news. Pretty sure we already saw that.
So much that she moved away from him.
Oh, you Karen, sorry.
Sorry, Karen. Who did I say?
Vanessa.
Sorry, Karen.
Is Matt getting around again?
Oh, he's probably Adam.
It is interesting because there is a play on the comic books there again. Because in the comic books, going back to that,
I slept with the most interesting woman you would never believe.
Yeah, you've also got it's interesting that they picked that because, like I said, that's comic accurate in a way. What struck me is the fact that, as much as I don't mind Karen as a character, she is obviously very self-righteous, very like on her moral own, obviously, when she's not necessarily doing what she's doing the legal things herself. And like 5 minutes of a conversation with that after that, and I just turned on light and I'm like, fucking self-righteous Karen now and again. It's being
a little bit. I was just a bit like your ex-lover, your best friend died, it wasn't him done it, why aren't you more close to him than what you have?
Yeah, I know that she makes a lot of it. Matt shut down in 12 weeks. But then she moved away and Matt tried loads to get in contact with her and she was completely back. So just about, I mean, you understand Matt shut down because they thought he's for obviously a long time.
Before Karen.
Yeah, but like you understand Matt being shut down for a couple of weeks, like prior to post his death. So his best friend for fucking hours now. They've known each other a lot longer. They're a lot closer than maybe Karen was with any of them. Even though Karen was still close with both of them. You can understand Matt shutting down for a little bit. Like, allowed to play with that. Karen shut down. Very Karen.
Continue on that, is that the last thing I've heard is a whole rumor that apparently Karen and Frank are meant to be somewhat involved.
It dropped maybe a tiny hint about that kind of Punisher series. But I think again it's more of a big mutual respect between the two rather than a love interest. If they try and force that one, I'm not sure if I can agree with that.
No, I think that would be weird. But Karen and Foggy are set to return in season 2 of Daredevil, which I did see a meme of the Winter Soldier scene where Captain America is Daredevil, and Daredevil goes to Foggy, and he turns around, Foggy turns around to the Soldier and goes, "Who's Foggy?"
I mean, yeah. To make them like tiny bit part players, or like just the cliche death motivation for the main character. I don't see it like so. Is it? You would assume it would then be flashbacks in season 2.
I'm assuming flashbacks, maybe between the 8-year gap between season 3 and now. I have seen comments being like, "Oh wow, they're really doing the season 2 of Daredevil pretty quickly." I'm like, no, they were already filming the 18 episodes. Work it up.
I mean, the only other thing you can say is that
just like Loki. It's just like every other person that does the MCU that comes back.
So yeah, I mean, it's that whole thing that for the most part, like people never die in comics because they always come back. But yeah, you gotta do that where you can revive on the way to the hospital after they kept dead and just stay out of the way and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Like, I could be wrong, but I don't think they're gonna pull that out of this. So, like, there was really a mission behind the first thing. But anyway, I don't know what we're gonna see in Japan soon. I want to say 3, but I'm gonna say probably 4.
would be. I'm just trying to actually how I feel about this in the match. I just kind of feel a little bit like, again, you just don't hold these shows. Like, we were assuming someone died.
I don't count because it's the MCU.
Well, maybe. That's also
Yeah, but was he having those flashes like he was actually dead? It might be like, you know what?
she's alright in season 2 and like again okay in the Defenders. I'm not sure like I'm sorry the character haven't needed to be in there. So just leave it.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to come back for season 2, that's for sure. But yeah, I do. It's almost like one of those characters, like, she doesn't need to come back. She's very crucial to the whole Daredevil.
I'm not really going to get on. If you want to make them disappear and not use them again for a while, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But you know, there's no need to constantly kill people and resurrect again.
No,
No,
that's very true.
Which is why I get wary of bringing them back. The fact that you're doing it because obviously you want that ambition when the Avengers, the main single timeline, like to see the face of Iron Man, but it's not obviously Iron Man. I only want to spin those characters. They're only doing it to see that.
I still, like, I will defend. I'm still very excited the fact that he's doing. I think it's some great poetry in the fact that the guy who built and saved the MCU is about to come into it and completely crush it and kill every hero.
That is the exciting. But yeah, I just think, especially in films and TV series, you run the risk of making it cliche and boring when you start resurrecting people.
Technically, we're not resurrecting him.
I know it's a different character, but you know, you're just bringing the same people back, even if it's to do that. That's a different role, so.
I don't know. Where would you like to see Daredevil? Knowing the fact that we're getting to see already played, where would you like to see next 6 episodes?
I mean, it's hard to see the end of this episode. I think we want to see
Cool. And bloodthirsty.
It's interesting where it goes. I like to think that when the cops come in and they're trying to kill him, when they point the gun to his head, and he's like, no, don't do this. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. I kind of feel like he was talking as much to himself as he was to them. He's not been
100%.
dead for a year. And then the fact that, like you said, it seemed like he kind of killed them.
Well, with the first guy, the way he fell down and he had the crack on the ground, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're dead.
So it did seem like maybe this is like a Frank pattern. what to say because we're obviously just starting the series.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we know a season 2's coming, you basically want to see it where obviously I think where the public backs the vigilantes, but the police don't back them, so to speak, and it puts them on odds where kind of has to let it slide because the public backing the vigilantes have an effect.
Into a corner.
Yeah. Daredevil has to be the one that would shut him down ultimately. Not in terms of killing him, but again, shutting down any corruption plans that he has. His business is nothing less than our runs, any of this. So it's got to be.
I know that's going to be interesting. I think that's going to be a good segue to see what's going to happen between if that becomes the head going. I can't be kicking man. You love to. Yeah. People's wrong.
He just snaps and he's like, no one's above me. This was my business. You may have done good with it, but the fact that like she has the respect of the 5 families, as they said, because of the money that she makes them, but he wants them to ruin after being absolutely recovering from the echoes of it. And he doesn't even say anything. They just sign him down and walk away. So he's still the fucking big bad at the end of the day. So yeah, I think it would be an interesting dynamic if like Vanessa keeps getting in the way. And obviously it seems like she's cheating on him as well. Snaps and kills them.
It would be very interesting to see what would happen with her. I'm glad that it's been interesting. It makes it much easier to because the fact that you can't do you just had him in She-Hulk, which technically was basically saying that the Netflix show was legit. If they didn't make Netflix show legit, then you'd be like, well, where does this Daredevil character come from? And where does Kingpin come from? And why should we give a shit about it for you? To the average MCU viewer, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just have to make it count. I love the fact that we're also getting a special presentation show.
Yes. Yes, which apparently was the same is writing as well, and should come out roughly about Halloween next year. It's funny, when I look back on this show is just going through so much between like 8 to 30 episodes from it's gonna be 18 episodes long and then we're not having the original characters return. Okay, it's gonna be split in 2 seasons and then we're having the original cast return. And there's been a massive creative overhaul and then we have the striking, so that's delayed the show as well. And here we finally are getting it. Have a guess. Do you remember when this show was originally announced?
Oh, what? Daredevil Born Again?
Yep.
Some shit like 2021 or something like that.
Close. It was first announced in 2022 July.
Well, I mean, it's probably the standard nowadays.
Oh yeah, just coming in. I was just looking at it going, Dad, it's finally here, but wow, this was such a long journey to get here, and yeah, finally. Oh, that's right. I remember that. It was like, the circus coming. When? You'll never know.
Never. It's never coming.
There we go. Here we go. No premise. No, go away. Where are we? Background. No, not at all. Filming for the second season was reported to be beginning filming in late in the year. By end of the year, filming was expected to begin April 2025 in the United Kingdom. So that would be 2026. I'd say late 2026. After the Mando movie. Pretty much. Any final words for Daredevil Born Again, good sir? The highlight is that 15 minutes. A, we get Daredevil back in the suit. B, we get all the characters. C, Poggy's death. And then D, for Daredevil, I don't actually have one because I felt like I had an NLD. But I'm very excited to know where the show is going. And it's just proven the point that, Marvel is listening, they are changing, and it will, if this show, which I have no doubt, will end on a high, that's another ace in their column for their television section. Which will roll straight into Thunderbolts for us too.
Indeed, yeah.
And you know what really got me was the latest trailer where you saw Elena looking at Elena.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be
I'm so ready for that. Just that little clip, I'm like, wow, you've just increased my intrigue by tenfold. And then that will roll straight into Fantastic Four, which potentially I'll be watching that in Italy.
Oh, yeah, because you've got a European tour.
Yes, I do. I've got the shirts for Red Day. Yes, I will. But look, man, I want to say thank you very much for catching this episode. Both of you. I really appreciate that. But we'll have you back on Andy for the last episode of Daredevil Born Again and recap and see what we were right and what we were wrong. Majority of, as everyone knows, we're 100% right every time on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm never wrong. My predictions are 100% right.
Damn right. And if you haven't already, go check out this man's podcast. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Subscribe to his Instagram because he is being sought out by other people to go jump on their show.
Always nice to be in the market. So, thank you, buddy, for having me. I really do appreciate it.
No, that's perfectly fine, man. Thank you for doing this time. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ranters and rantettes, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.